Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Lola. I got diagnosed with OCD 3 years ago, and that's the reason why I started this channel. I can be a bit rusty today because it was a while since I recorded a last video. There are two reasons for that. First, I got sick with COVID, which I'll tell you about if you are interested. And second, Russia invaded Ukraine. I want to say that I stand with Ukraine and I condemn the actions of the Russian government. And it's abhorrent and shocking, completely appalling decision to invade Ukraine. And I'll leave some links in the description if you'd like to know how to help or support Ukraine right now. Also, if you're in Ontario and you want to join any anti-war protests or reach out to organizations who need your help right now in Ontario as well. Today's video will be about what you shouldn't do when your loved one is having an OCD attack. As usual, please note that I'm not a qualified professional. I cannot give you an advice, and I'm only sharing my experience on this channel. To start, I want to acknowledge that supporting somebody who is having an OCD attack is also very exhausting. We usually talk about how it affects OCD sufferers, but when you are a family, a friend, or partner of someone with OCD, it also affects your life. And it can be pretty tiring and stressful for you as well. That's why I've put together a list of don'ts, just so you can avoid needless actions when dealing with your loved one's OCD. Number 1, don't tell them to get over it. Get over it, or just stop thinking about it, just relax. These are various ways of practically saying, just get a new brain. You should understand that people with OCD have different brains. They would love to just get over it, or just stop thinking about it, or even relax. But unfortunately, their brain is not capable of it when they're in the middle of the OCD attack. Number 2, don't take it personally. I totally understand how you might feel if somebody's asking you if you're planning to murder them when you're going to sleep. Guilty. Or when your partner is questioning if you're the right fit, or asking if you love them or not multiple times throughout the day. It's very hard not to take it personally and not start questioning yourself or your relationships. However, these obsessions mean nothing about you or your relationship. If your loved one feels good with you overall and you have a trusting and stable connection, don't look for meaning in their obsessions. Number 3, don't believe everything they say when they're in the zone, aka having an OCD attack. Easy to say and hard to do when somebody you love is sharing some concerning statements like, I think I have cheated on you, but not sure with whom, or I think we should break up now, or I think I'll get fired from work because I wrote a swear word in my email and now everybody knows, or I don't think what I did is forgivable. Remember, it's anxiety talking. Don't try to use logic and put pieces of puzzles together. There is no puzzle. It's just an obsessive thought. There is no logic behind it, and you shouldn't waste your time on that. Number 4, don't try to fix things. When we love someone, it's our first reaction to make them feel better and relieve any pain or suffering that they're experiencing. The thing is, OCD cannot be fixed externally. No matter how much reassurance you provide or how long you will be involved in your loved one's compulsions, it won't help them and it won't make their OCD attack easier or better. Number 5, don't sacrifice your well-being. In my previous videos, I mentioned that if you're obsessive, you sometimes forget to eat, drink, sleep, and other things. In general, sometimes you forget about taking care of yourself because you're in your thoughts so much. But that could also happen with somebody who is taking care of someone who has OCD. Remember that if you're not taking care of yourself, it will be very challenging for you to take care of someone who is having an OCD attack. Plus, you can help them by reminding them of going through all these basic things and taking care of themselves while they're having the attack. Unfortunately, you might need to step in sometimes and make sure you both are hydrated, well fed, and getting rest. Number 6, don't engage in conversations that go in circles. There are conversations that are focused on solving an issue. And there are conversations that are focused on, can you tell me that I turned off the oven so I'm 100% sure after I asked you 50 times already and you did tell me that I turned it off? Do not engage in the circular conversations. You can answer an obsessive question once, but then leave it. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in the circle. An insider tip, be on the lookout of questions that are basically the same question rephrased. As an example, here's a question. Do you think I turned off the oven? Now, say you answered that question and said, yeah, I think you did turn off the oven. Here's another question that is coming your way. How long do you think oven can be on until it starts the fire? Just curious. All these questions are essentially one question that can jumpstart a conversation that goes absolutely nowhere. Do you know how many hours of my life I spent talking to my loved ones, thinking that the topic of our conversation is of utmost urgency, only to wake up the next day and realize that I wasted hours of my life and their life for nothing? I highly recommend not taking any part in such conversations, and for sure not overstaying in them to the point when you, sometimes understandably, angry. If you feel like you're getting tired, irritated, and just had enough, cut it off. It's better for everyone involved. Number 7, don't try to find meaning. And that's basically the same that I would tell to any OCD sufferers as well. No matter how many times I ask myself why I had this thought, what it meant, why I got stuck on something for so long, why for multiple hours at a time I just couldn't get over things, I never got a good answer. And I think we just know now that people with OCD have a brain that functions differently. There's no meaning in our obsessions. They just come in and they get stuck in our brains. And you're wasting your time if you're trying to find meaning. I hope this was helpful for you. In the next episode, I'll cover what to do when your loved one is having an OCD attack and how you can help. So if you like that video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you again in the future. If you have any ideas on the content that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to include it in my future videos. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and have a great day and take care.